Would you voluntarily castrate yourself? Most men are going to say absolutely not. But the reality is you are voluntarily castrating yourself, and there are groups of people in this world that are benefiting from that. Let me explain. Hi, my name is Nakula, and I help men master their sexual energy so you could become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. Men are involuntarily or unknowingly castrating themselves every time they are jerking off and watching porn. And there is a group of people who aspire to power, people who want to rule this world. And if you don't believe those people exist, just look back in history. We call them great. We honor these men. Alexander the Great, right? Why do we call him the Great? He conquered lands. There's something inherently in us that knows that it is, as a man, we are conquerors. If I'm a conqueror, what don't I want in the world? Any other conquerors. Nobody with the same drive or ambition that I have. If I want to rule it all, I want no one else to rule it all. And here's what people and men like Steve Jobs, like Gandhi, like Winston Churchill, like Mike Tyson, and so many other great men in history, inventors and leaders knew, understood, and used the power of their sexual energy. They mastered their sexual energy to such a degree in which their desire simply just outweighs other people's desire. Most people say they want things, right? Like, I want to be rich. I want to be enlightened. I want to be saintly. I want to be, ripped, whatever it is. You ask anybody, do you want those things? Everyone says yes, because they're human desires. But why do few actually ever attain it? It's because they wish for it and they don't have enough desire, meaning they don't have enough power or fuel or energy pumping through their veins so that they feel that big, because that's how you get it. You have to feel it. That's the secret to manifestation. See, emperors feel like emperors. And as soon as they don't feel like it, they're timid. The people around them who do feel like emperors, they knock them off their throne. So a king is somebody who can not only get into positions of power, but stay in positions of power, which means he has his balls mastered. He's not jerking off. He's not watching porn. He's not ejaculating every day. He's building and cultivating that sexual energy. He's eating right. Genghis Khan said, any man who can avoid the drink will become a ruler. He was saying any man who can get his vices under control, any man who could stay away from the activities of lower men, they will rule. That will be nature's way. It is inevitable. And the secret is mastering your balls, mastering your sexual energy. Stop castrating yourself. If the product is free, you're the product. Why is porn free? Porn is the #1 consumed content on the internet. They could be charging massive bucks and be making, they're already making billions on pornography. You think, well, why do they give it away for free? They give it away for free because there's a political motive that's been now attached to pornography. It's not just an innocent thing anymore. Men of power, men who desire to rule the world, men of great mastery, whether they use that mastery, see, sexual energy is not a philosophy. It's a technology. Think about a hammer. If I use this hammer in a positive way, if I use this hammer in a way to build many homes and to fix things and build furniture and, add value to people's lives, well, that hammer now becomes a positive force in the world. Sexual energy is like that. When it's dovetailed with positive energy, It becomes a motivation. When you have tons of desire and your desire is to help, to serve, to contribute, to make things better, to be a better husband, a better father. You see, when your desires are of noble character, then those desires come into manifestation because your sexual energy will desire. And you know what? You also know you have very carnal desires. You know, by doing those things, you become very attractive. Money opportunities, sales go up, all of that stuff because you're oozing that expansive energy. You also know that women are attracted to you, and therefore your chances for sex go up. You can use that motivation and dovetail it with noble goals, which then becomes a positive thing enforced in this world for you, your family, and everyone around you. But like the hammer can also be used for destruction. I can use a hammer and crack people's heads and skulls with that too. I can use that hammer and go around and destroy walls and break things down. Sexual energy is the same way. If you use this technology of sexual energy that lives within you, that you're conscious of it. So you're not it, but you have dominion over it, or you don't, or someone else does. Someone has power over that sexual energy. And if it's not you, it's the corporation, it's the tyrants, it's those who have learned by getting you to jerk off every day and deplete your own sexual drive and energy for you to be unmastered in your sexual energy. You will be a slave to vices. You'll be a slave to Big Pharma. Big Pharma's pumping out testosterone boosters like never before, cashing in. And all you gotta do, I've got students, check out Jeremy. He's right on the landing page of the Sexual Alchemy course, the registration page. Check out his testimonial. He went to the doctor. He measured the results from training with me and not training with me, boosted his testosterone over 150%. Nature has set you up to be a successful man, and nature never designed you to be sitting there in front of a screen jerking off. It didn't design you to be jerking off at all. Sex is with another person. Go at least get to the level where you've mastered yourself enough that you're having real sex. Then you could go to the sexual alchemy level of non-ejaculatory sex and cultivating your sexual energy just like Steve Jobs did, just like Mike Tyson did, just like the Yellow Emperor of China did. Napoleon Hill says that the men of highest leadership and genius and intelligence in this world are highly sexed men. Highly sexed men doesn't mean they're jerking off. It means that they have that hot, white, passionate desire. And that's because that desire is cultivating and building, and it's cooking. It starts in your balls like the cooking pot. But here's what happens when you control that energy. That energy has to go somewhere. Now the corporations don't have it. Now that that succubus doesn't have it on Instagram or on OnlyFans, right? She's feeding off that energy. So she's living large, but you're not. You're broke. Your energy, your bank account is going down. Your energy's going down. Hers is going up because she's getting your sexual energy and it's leaving you. And it's leaving your bank account. And then when you're with your wife and with your family and with your people, you can't be with them because you're so depleted in energy and all you're thinking about is some succubus online. When you take back that power, you don't let them castrate you through porn, through jerking off, and through these type of methods of self-pleasure. You naturally develop from within yourself the qualities of an attractive man because nature does want you to have sex. It wants you to reproduce. So it's going to drive you to have more masculine features in both physicality as well as psychology. Now, does that mean you're going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or something? Not if you're not built like that. You're going to work with the confinements of your body. We're all limited to our body. So it's not about changing who you are. It's about enhancing your natural qualities that are inherent with you. If you've got balls, you've got attractive qualities. You just have to learn to tap into them. And that's what it means to master your sexual energy and ultimately to regulate your ejaculation and start practicing the lifestyle of semen retention. And to do that, you're going to have to be able to control your ejaculations, because most of you aren't going to become monks. I'm not a monk. So I have non-ejaculatory sex. It's some of the best sex I've ever had. It takes sex to a whole different quality, a whole different platform, because it brings around it a whole different level of energy and consciousness and sexual empowerment. And not sexual empowerment is, oh, I'm feeling horny, I'm a jerk off, I'm empowered. That's sexual disempowerment. Sexual empowerment means you can master your sexual energy and bring that passion, that intimacy, that love, that connection, that vibrancy into your real life to create strong family cores, to create strong relationships, to create strong businesses, to create freedom of expression in yourself. And ultimately, that means more political freedom and less power for the tyrants. Because if you're weak, they're going to feed on you. They're going to dominate you, and they want you to be weak. Why wouldn't if I want to rule, I want you to be weak. But if I want you to be free, I want you to be strong. I want to be free. And we always want what we want for ourselves, we generally want for others. That's what we bring to the table, our desires. So I desire the topmost freedom, and I desire that for you as well, because as I've achieved new levels of freedom in my finances, in my lifestyle, in my mind, in my expression, in my letting go of the fear of criticism, and the more I become free, the better I feel, and the more things are working really well. So I want that for you too. Go take the free ejaculation control guide and stop letting them castrate you.